What's up, guys? Ron Harris here, MD Online Editor, with some news on Arnold Classic Brazil. Just concluded a few minutes ago in Sao Paolo, Brazil. Triumphant return. The show hasn't been held in 3 years. And for the first time, it was won by a Brazilian, Rafael Brandao, the clear favorite to win. He looked fantastic. We'll talk about that in a second. But second and third place, never heard of either one of these guys until today. I saw their names on the list. 6 out of the 9 guys competing, was it 8? Ended up being 8. Were from Brazil. I'd never heard of them, but I had a feeling at least one of these guys I hadn't heard of was going to be damn good because Brazil has just been cranking out so much great quality talent lately. Second place, Vitor Boff. Victor was giving Rafael a run for the money, and at the end there was a very long, very grueling comparison with Rafael and Vitor. Back and forth, pose after pose. Judges were having a rough time. Third place, another guy new to the scene, Thiago Lins. Never heard of him before, but man, this guy looks good. Looks really good. Fourth place, Willian Martins, top 4, all from Brazil. Man, this guy was probably the thickest man up there. Really good shape. Little soft in the glutes and hams. That's probably what knocked him down, but man, he had some great shots, especially his side shots, so thick. Fifth place, 22 years old, from Germany, Emir Omeragic. I believe he's still just 22 years old. First time I've ever seen him. He had done a couple shows last fall over in Europe. Giles had seen him compete, was very impressed. This was the first time a Brazilian bodybuilder has won the Arnold Classic in all the years they've been holding it. I'm not really sure how many. I think there've been about 10 editions of that show. And I also want to clarify something. In my preview I did earlier in the week with Giles Thomas, I did say that this was the first time Rafael was doing the Arnold Classic in Brazil, which was not true. Someone pointed out, and I wanted to correct that. He was actually the runner-up in 2019 to Juan Morel, the last time that show was held. So, yeah, Rafael probably had a burning desire to bring that title back. Just to talk about Rafael for a minute. Oh, and also, you know what? I got to say props to the promoters, Musclecontest International, Tamer and Tarek El-Gundi. They streamed the show for free today. $0 you had to pay. And you can watch the replays on their channel. Musclecontest, one word, then International. Congratulations. It's obviously pay-per-view has become another revenue stream for the promoters. And it's a business. They're supposed to be in this to make some money. So, but in this case, as a gift to the fans all around the world, everybody got to watch not only this show, but the pro edition, which was just open men, but the entire amateur division. So before I get to some of your questions and comments, and I hope I can answer some of them, I just want to give you some notes I made on these guys, especially some of the newcomers, because we're going to be hearing more about these bodybuilders. One final note. South Africa, sorry guys, getting parched. South Africa's Sibusiso Kutelo was on the list for the show. Something happened and he wasn't able to make it in time to compete. I don't know if he missed the athletes meeting. I don't know if it was related to, airline situation with delayed flights, canceled flights, because that's been happening a lot lately. That's not uncommon now. It's more common than uncommon. So they allowed him to guest pose at the finals today. They allowed him to guest pose, and he looked really good. I was impressed with Sibusiso. What did I say about him? Crazy shape. He was lean. He had a little film of water, and I just think that film of water is probably the stress, the cortisol from, if he was in that situation where had to be there at a certain time and due to flights or whatever, he couldn't get there. And you've prepped all these weeks and months for this show and dieted, and at the last minute something like that happens, and I feel for the guy. I'm sure we're going to be hearing more from him. I hope he competes more often. Sibusiso from South Africa. But just some notes on these new guys, because like I said, you're going to be hearing a lot more about these guys, as they should. They should. Both of these guys, I would, if they could, if their sponsors will spring for it, Thiago Lins and Vitor Boff, they should go to Indy Pro. They should go to New York Pro, Cali Pro. Hit them all. Let people see how good you are, because Victor's not, he's no joke. This Vitor Boff, who was second place to Rafael. Victor has similar type of physique to Rafael. Rafael has prettier shape, don't get me wrong. But Victor's got pretty good shape, structure, mass, small waist, great condition. he gave him a run for the money. It wasn't like a clean sweep, like Rafael just came out and, it was night, and see you later, everybody. Rafael, I thought he was a little flat in the judging portion, a little on the flat side earlier today, which was only a few hours ago. But his coach, Chris Cito, I believe they were able to remedy that for the finals. He did had more pop to him. I also had to say his color was really good. There was, I watched portions of it earlier on my TV, which I haven't watched a show on a stream on a TV in a long time. And some of the guys' colors, because it was a few guys, it wasn't just one guy. It was almost like dark. It looked almost like a grayish or a bluish tone to it. Like it was too dark. And they would go to certain areas of the stage during the routine, and you couldn't see anything in certain whole regions of their bodies. So I don't know if that's something they can address later on. But you're going to be hearing this Thiago guy, again, first time I've ever seen him. You can watch this on Musclecontest International, their YouTube channel. They had hours and hours and hours of footage of the amateur show and the pro show from yesterday and today. Tons and tons of free footage, I might add. But Thiago, thick, conditioned, thick traps and back. If I could make a suggestion for him, needs some upper pecs. Vitor Boff, nothing, no recommendations. Maybe, keep getting just a little bit bigger because, Rafael looked fantastic, but I think Rafael would look a little better if he was a little bigger and fuller still. I know he's been gradually improving, and he will continue to do so. He's only 28 years old, but what a fantastic physique on Rafael. Willian Martins, what did I say? Yeah, most massive guy up there. Needed some tighter glutes and hams, back thickness. I believe he needed a little bit more back thickness. No, that was Emir. I'm sorry. William had a great back. My bad, guys. My bad. Emir Omeragic, the young guy, 22 years old. A little more mass in the upper body, a lot more mass in the lower body. Legs were lagging behind, for sure. But he's a young guy. I mean, he held his own in a lot of poses, and he was up there, top five at the Arnold Classic South America / Brazil. So see if you guys have any questions or comments. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to help you with this one. Maybe I'll just keep repeating the results over and over again. So yeah, that was Rafael Brandao, first place. Vitor Boff, second place. Thiago Lins, third. Willian Martins, fourth. All top four from Brazil. And young kid from Germany, Emir Omeragic, in fifth. So let's get to some of your questions, comments, concerns, suggestions. Sibu would have been top three. Yeah, Sibu would have been top three. Like I said, he was lean. I could tell he was lean. He was in his guest posing. He pulled his arms back before he went into like a lat spread, and every fiber was just sliced, grooved into the lumbars and the bottom of the traps and everything. He looked fantastic. I feel bad for the guy because I bet it was a matter of, I don't know for sure. I'm just speculating, like a delayed flight, or canceled flights, and he had to find another way to get there. And you can imagine sweating bullets. Like I would be, oh my God, how could you not be freaking out in a situation like that? And your body's just dumping cortisol into your bloodstream. What happened with Sibu? Yeah, he was late. I don't know why. I bet it was a travel thing that was not even under his control. I can imagine the stress that poor guy must have been under. Okay, Mr. Gamer, you missed prejudging because of scheduling and miscommunication. Oh man, I hope it wasn't a situation where he was there and just didn't get to the venue on time or something. Did Rafael win? Yes. Rafael Brandao, keeping the title in Brazil, representing. Yeah, he was so confident. You could see how proud he was to be there representing, and I think he knew he was going to win because he knows how good he is. He's a humble guy. Don't get me wrong, very humble, always working to get better, but still, I think he recognizes he's at a certain level now. He's won pro shows. Was this first pro one? He's won pro show. He's already being talked about for top 6, top 8 at the Olympia. Some people are saying top 6. I think like 8th at this point would be really good for him. He came late to prejudging, language barrier. Oh yeah. Oh geez. Yeah, guys, they're talking about Sibo. That's a whole prep wasted. Vitor Boff, 2 colocado, muito merecido. I don't know what that means, but maybe you're agreeing with me. He looked really good. He said he cried and stuff. Yeah, I'd be crying. I'd be crying if I prepped for a show, come all the way from South Africa to Brazil, and then, oh man, I'd be so bummed. Coach begged to get him on. They didn't let him. Hope they have to do a classic division. Yeah, it's odd that they only did one pro division, but if you're gonna only do one open men, props to them. They went for the big one. The Brazilian classic people are crazy good. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna start seeing better. We're gonna keep seeing more and more Brazilian athletes in all the divisions: classic, open, men's physique, women's physique, bikini, wellness, especially wellness, figure. Did I miss any? Sorry. Sibu Sisu should hold on to Indy Pro, 100%. 100%. It's 2 weeks. I know it's not easy getting yourself. He's in Africa. He's got to come all the way from Africa to Indiana. But I mean, it's worth it. I think he would do very well. He's got a hell of a physique on him. We can get a visa in time. Oh, man. I didn't realize. The lighting sucks, so it's probably that. The lighting on the sides of the stage, it was the strangest thing. Lighting in the middle was good, and I can't recall if it was only on one. It was definitely as you were looking at the stage over to the right, if people went over there. Like, I remember, I think it was Willian Martins went over there, and no, it was this other guy, Thiago. Thiago was hitting poses, and the only light you could see on him was like a little bit on the chest, shoulders, arms, midsection, legs was completely in darkness. You couldn't see what the hell was going on. Lighting. Evolução, I wish I can read Spanish. I don't understand it all, but Portuguese is a whole other beast, man. You got some crazy phonics in there, and I'm hooked on phonics. Yeah, guy's still talking. He literally, Sisu, Mr. Gamer says, he literally went to the athlete meeting and everything. Wow. Thought prejudging was at night, so he hadn't even carved up. Oh, well, he still should have competed. Even if he was flat, at least he would have been in the show. He wouldn't have gone there completely for nothing. Brandao still a good time to prep for Olympia. Oh yeah, we on this channel last week, about 2 weeks ago at this point, I interviewed Rafael, and he talked about one of the reasons he did do the show, aside from wanting to win it, always ever since the show began, he's wanted this title, understandably so. He's from Brazil, and they have an Arnold Classic in Brazil. Why wouldn't you want to win that? So he looked at the timeline of it, and because he wasn't really going to be ready for the Arnold, Ohio. It was too soon after the Romania show that he won. Didn't have time to really let his body rest and heal up from that prep to jump into another prep and give it 100%. His body would not have been able to bounce back that quickly. It takes time. So he wanted to do the show anyway, and it was just lined up perfectly. And now he's got, it's May 1st tomorrow, so he's got May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months to play with, so he could just chill out rest up for a full month, maybe, not even, just do some stretching, some real light training, cardio, shit like that. And then, get a little bit of an off season. He'd have time for like a good 3-month off season, make some improvements, and then back into prep for the Olympia. Yeah, I think it's perfect the way he did it. So anyway, guys, that is it. Again, if you want to watch the show for free, the promoters, they put it on their site. It is Muscle Contest, one word, International. Muscle Contest International. You can watch the amateur show, the pro show, all that. So props to Tamara El Gundy and Tarek El Gundy of Muscle Contest International, doing the fans a solid like that. That was very nice of them. And congratulations to the fantastic Brazilians who competed today and really showed the potential of this the bodybuilding scene in this country. I think we're going to start seeing more great 212s, classic, and open bodybuilders coming out of Brazil very, very soon, sooner rather than later. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please hit the subscription bell up in the corner so you know when that's the notification bell. Subscribe, share, comment, like, all the good stuff, please. Appreciate it. And that's it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.